Go.
It'll be a steamy and energy-sapping night in Perpignan, no doubt about that.
Okay, Adam. Go.
And not exactly what Wakefield have been used to in these last few weeks in England.
Third. Hands out, Aaron.
Henderson.
Go. It's gone back. It's gone
Brad
back.
Drew has lost that ball, and Catalan have snaffled it, and Drew just complaining that there was a Catalan hand in there, and then committing further infringement in his frustration.
See, this is what happens. It happened to them last week. They just come, no, that's an error. He's got to blame himself. His frustration comes out, gives away a penalty. I mentioned it before this set started. Quite often when you get tired after a weighted defence, you come up with that sort of error, an unforced error. We've seen one there. Their discipline is going. It is advantage Catalan at the moment, despite the scoreboard, because of the behaviour of Wakefield. They pushed hard after half-time. Now they seem to be having a bit of a dip off the back of that high.
Carlaw has got that ball away to Gorrell, and Gorrell,
hands out.
His Catalan career plagued by injury, but just coming into a bit of form at the right time for them. One try tonight has been very lively. As Greenshields puts the kick in, Katabi will run out of room.
Let's go.
Just too much on that. And a let off for Wakefield.
See what he was thinking. You think there's an opportunity. I don't think that's the sort of option, the risk play that they needed to go with at that point. Easily prove us wrong if that ball bounces up and Katabi scores, and then they're a genius. But I think that the Wakefield defence may be vulnerable, just may be vulnerable to some more of those inside fast plays between Greenshields and Mogg.
But they've managed to restrict Catalan's progress so far.
Go.
Now here's Tavita Leolatu on the scoreboard in this second half.
Held!
He's held, and 4 tackles have gone in this set of 6. Brad Drew. Here's Oliver Wilkes back into the action. That's the 5th tackle. Now what's the kick like from Rooney? Hangs that one across the field. Murphy underneath it. Oh, Murphy's almost made a mess of that one. It went backwards. And Murphy, a French international now after his long-time residency in the country. Well, not looking that secure.
Very lucky it went backward. They need to stay tidy, Catalan. They need to keep the mental pressure on top of Wakefield inside of this game at the moment now. They've really, both teams have given it their all to try and get some ascendancy in the opening phases of this half.
Jean-Philippe Bale in trouble in back play with cramp. Only even had an hour of the game, and he's struggling. But he has been out for some considerable time as the second row.
It's a bad error, simple error. We saw an error from Drew, simple error. Unforced error here from Gorrell at dummy half. Just looking to get that way, trying to get the 5th tackle pass away. Got a bit excited, but play the ball didn't help him, to be fair, but he needs to be more alert than that.
It was Olivier Ellermer's play the ball. Ellermer, of course, playing against his former club.
Second.
See, what happens there is now the doubt starts to creep in. They felt that they were getting some momentum coming back at the game. Now they start to doubt whether the game's going to go their ways.
Well, Leolatu has got that ball away, and then the penalty has gone against Catalan.
I think that's a still movement, is it? He said, I think he's implying that there was 2 players in that tackle. Let's have a look.
It still came up.
Oh, so you can see why he's given it. I think Gorrell did definitely force the ball out, but I think he was on his own there. I think it was 1-on-1 at that point. Then Alima joined in just after that, but the referee, it was a split-second call, and you could see why he would have given it. Yes, he's confirming ball steal to the Catalan side, who are querying it. It is Gorrell who is questioning him in the back play. This would give them an 18-point break. Which, of course, is 3 converted tries. So it's an important kick for Brough.
Well, you put your house on him landing this one, considering he landed one just before half-time from almost the halfway line. That he does. Oh, he's missed it. Well, hang on a minute.
Put your tent on it. Here's the steal. You see Gorrell's on his own there when he pinches at the ball. One touch judge gave that. One touch judge said no, so Phil Bentham's overruled and said definitely not.
Tell you what, one touch judge
and
actually said yes
house.
And no. Yes, they can have my house.
Tent.
So here's Paul Riley. He's missed the last 2 games as the 32-year-old.
Wait, go.
Of course, moved from Huddersfield to join the Wildcats this season.
Second, clear.
Isn't this an amazing
Hold,
game?
hold.
The miss there from Brough, as you say, to be a throw over. We saw Thomas Bosk hit the goalpost off the first try with a conversion.
Third.
Again, we thought that was for one of the leading point scorers in the league. You'd have thought that was a throw over. Both these teams definitely minds aren't on the job 100% here today.
4, clear him. Hold the 10, go.
Wakefield with this lead, comfortable lead at the moment, and looking to make it more comfortable. Rooney not particularly comfortable there as Younis Katabi puts him to ground.
Okay, lads.
Brough's crossfield kick, that's another very strong one. And Murphy retrieves that one, and they go for the kick from the restart. That's good thinking, that is great thinking, and they'll get head and feed at that scrum.
That's a terrific play.
The new rule, which we haven't seen that often this season, have we? Haven't seen it exploited.
And you often wonder why. You know, it's not an easy play, that one. You can see that ball could have just held up, it could have bounced left or right. It looks like Clint Greenshield's got a hold of that one, got himself in good position, saw the spaces, slid that ball over in very good position there. Again, because there was no pressure, the Brough kicker gave them clear heads. Rather than dribbling that ball in behind with some of the nice short kicking game we've seen from Wakefield, they went for the high one. I think they should give that away. I think they should just keep dribbling it all in behind and putting the Catalan side under pressure. It was working particularly effective for them. This is a massive set now for Catalan. They need to take advantage of the opportunity they've been given there with that wonderful kick.
Here is Dane Carlaw.
Okay, Ricky.
An Australian international in his past and state of origin representative as well. On the charges, Olivier Ellimer, how he'd like to score against his former club. Plays that ball. Gorrell for Greenshields. Greenshields to Jean-Philippe Bale, and Bale will get to the line and get the try. His first of the season. And Jean-Philippe Bale gets the try that you were warning about.
Well, I think the momentum's going their way now. This is going to be a very interesting time. Greenshields was active behind the play of the ball. He was trying to find something, but put that all down to an individual effort from Bale. That is fantastic play. There wasn't much doing there. That's just some tenacity there from a young man looking for an opportunity. Atkins was trying his hardest to get out and shut the play down, but Bale's just beaten him there for footwork. Atkins has overplayed that one, and that's not too disappointing an effort from Atkins. He was trying to get out there and come up with an aggressive play. Greenshield sneaks in behind, just throws him some early ball, says do your best with that. Look at the good defence there from Wakefield. That's tidy enough to side. Good defence in terms of numbers. Important kick now for Boss, because we know they haven't got that 18-point break, Wakefield, so this one needs to go there, and
it doesn't.
Good play from Greenshields. Early ball. This is the step there, off the right foot, just threw Atkins off his balance. And then a lovely clinical finish, head down in the corner. Momentum now with the Catalan side. Scoreboard massively with Wakefield. The rhythm of this game, and we know how well they do fight back the Catalan Dragons. They are in a solid position now to strike in this game.
Bale has missed 22 games this season. This is his first appearance since early March, and he's on the scoreboard for his first try of the season. And, well, as you say, we've seen some high-scoring, exciting finishes at Gilbert Brutus. Could this be another of them? Well, it's already high-scoring, 52 points on the board. Talking of high, and the penalty, well, that was...
You know, we could see that from here. There's no way that... This is the discipline I was talking about from Wakefield. Get themselves under pressure. Again, just don't steal that ball. Make him get up and play. Get yourself set in the line. You can see clearly Danny Schofield grips at the ball. And look at this. Look what it's given them. They're charging forward here. Another penalty. Phil Bentham's getting frustrated. The Wakefield players are getting frustrated. Dane Carlow's fired up with a great run here. Danger times for Wakefield despite the scoreboard.
There is Dane Carlaw. Meanwhile, Phil Bentham wants a word with Jason Demetriou and says, just have a look at the ball steals, because that was another one.
Back-to-back ball steals, just unforgivable stuff.
Oh, fellas, Matt, go.
This is the first one.
So here is Jérôme Guisset.
Move. Hold. Go.
Gorrell. They're going down the short side. Quick hands from Bosk, and it finds Murphy, and Murphy comes back in field. And they're going to try and get him into touch, and they might succeed, Wakefield. Well, that is good defence. And Murphy, a slight figure on the wing, was no match for the 4 Wildcats, who were all over him.
Yeah, of course.
It's pretty representative of the numbers that Wakefield have been applying in the pressure times. They've been getting over there, getting there consistently in numbers. On this occasion, those numbers worked their way against a small man, Murphy, a small winger.
Nice one there.
Probably shouldn't have tried to go for the barge option and try to keep up and powering. He maybe should have tried to get himself down in a lower position, look for the play of the ball and attack from there. But hindsight is a genius.
So Wakefield back in possession. Oh, Riley.
Move.
That looked like a high shot on him from Florian Quintilla, who's off the bench for the Catalan Dragons, the 20-year-old.
Second. Movement. Wait. Go.
Here's Riley once more.
Third. Okay, leave in. Hold.
Into the final quarter of this game. Watini. Quintilla with the tackle. That's great hands. Via Drew. Right, reaches Demetriou. Now Henderson. Henderson, good handoff. And then the pass wasn't so good.
The Wakefield players are claiming it comes off a Catalan player, and it possibly does, but I don't think it'll be played at here, because Murphy's just trailing the ball. Yeah, good decision. Murphy has to be playing at that ball for it to be a feed to Wakefield here.
He didn't know an awful lot about that, didn't know anything about it, I think.
Heads in. Aaron, stay in. Wait.
The 64 minutes gone. If you look at what the Catalan side has to do here, great. He's having a terrific game. Is that Beale?
It's Jean-Philippe Bale, that's right.
Bale, yeah. If you look at it with 64 minutes go, if they can get a try, say, before 70 minutes and convert it, it's 32-26, and they'd like to back themselves to get another one. Oh, here's a chance.
That look forward from Nog to Ragan, and Ragan, has he got the legs? He might have, he has. And there was no stopping the former traffic warden from Toulouse there. He just kept thundering on. Wakefield will query the pass from Mogg that set him away, but once he was in possession, well...
I thought the Mogg pass was a terrific pass. And that was a terrific pass, and it was a try-scoring pass. And a good finish. And again, we've been talking about the momentum. Looks like it is going the way of Catalan, and it's because of the ill-discipline of the Wakefield side. They're making this game a little bit too easy for the Catalan side at the moment. If you do that to these guys, they will continue to strike. Even going back to the Henderson era, Mogg, beautiful carry. He just seems to have so much time. He keeps himself nice and still. I thought it was a lovely pass. I'm going to go against you on that one, Bill. I thought it was well timed, and he held himself up beautifully. And he has a real habit of scoring those ones, Sebastian Ragan. Important kick now, and a night he's not kicking well for Thomas Bosk.
8th try of the season for Sebastian Ragan. No, Thomas Bosk, who is the Super League's leading goal kicker, not kicking like that tonight, but that one is more like it from him, and it is game on here now.
Yeah, the big fellow. It takes some scoring. He beats the fullback. You've still got to do... Remember Demetriou held up a try not long ago from Pello in the corner. He was there again, the leader, always getting back, always trying to stop those tries. But Ragan was too strong in the end and scored a lovely try. That man in screen, Danny Skolthorpe, needs to tidy up his discipline. Forget about the silly ball stealing and just get on with some good defence.
Well, Wakefield will now try and just take some of the steam out of this Catalan side, who are now only 6 points adrift. 26 plays 32 here in this Super League clash in the south of France.
Now, while we're talking about this momentum, Ron, at some point Wakefield will change that. At some point Catalan will come up with an error, something will go wrong, and this is again the discipline. We're going high in a tackle. I think it's going to be against Danny Brough.
Well, he did lift and up into the throat of Dane Carlaw. Carlaw to be his credit. Got back up, got on with it. As the Catalan Dragons are now. And here is Carlo once again. The big guns are really giving it to Wakefield at the moment because a drive from Guisset and Catalan get the penalty. There's a flop there, says referee Bentham.
See, referees get caught into them. I thought that was a very tough call. Referees get caught in the momentum, but that's Wakefield's fault. They've created this. They've got him looking. This is a good opportunity now, an important opportunity.
Duport plays that ball. Did he play that ball correctly?
Clean him! Go!
Gorrell now finds Mogg. Mogg, 2 tries last week at Huddersfield. Oh, the ball comes back for Thomas Bosk, and the try will be awarded, I think, here. They might refer this one to the video ref, but I think that Bosk is going to get that one. Wakefield just stopped and watched, expecting the call, but they will feel that there was a knock on here.
And that's exactly what Phil Bentham's asked for. Does he knock on? No, it's off his hands. Unless it hits someone in front, from that angle it looks like it's a clear catch, and I think it is a clear catch, but it does tend to sit up very cleanly for Bosk. Let's have a look and see if this angle just proves that it doesn't take. That's a try. That's a try. It's under the goalpost. It's going to be a tight ball game with 13 minutes to go. The off-road from Guisset. Mogg flicks it up, bounces off Bosk's knees up to himself, off the fleshy part of his knees. It killed the ball. It just sat nicely for them, and they've kept themselves in a good position now.
The try is awarded to Thomas Bosk. The French international standoff has the conversion attempt himself right in front of the post. Such a modest guy, Thomas Bosk. And he wasn't going to hang around and wait for the referee's whistle. And the Dragon supporters a bit quiet in the first half, as was their side. Can sense another night of drama. Bosk, that was his 6th try of the season. Bang in front of the posts, levels the scores. And Wakefield taking the time, getting back to regroup on the halfway line. Don't know what's hit them.
Well, they've hit themselves in the head, in my opinion. I think they've just made it too easy for these sides, and Thomas Bosk, as he scores the try, to feel the momentum. The crowd's feeling it. Adam Mogg's getting excited. That's a telling play, turning the ball inside. I think we're going to see that more. They still haven't won this game. At some point, Wakefield are going to get an opportunity. Catalan will be thinking about not coming up with an error. Here could be that opportunity. A wonderful
it's a great
kick-off.
restart. Whoa, and the restart's going to be pounced on by Blanchard.
Well, this is what we were talking about. At some point, it's going to happen. It happens in games. You create that. Now, can the Catalan keep their composure, and can Wakefield apply some pressure?
That's taken the wind out of the Catalan supporters' sails, that's for sure. The ball to Blanchard. Blanch will get the try in the corner. Well, what a response that... Oh, another video ref call. He's got a knock as Damien Blanch. Made that look simple, but it needed a bit of bravery as well. Touching goal is the query from referee Bentham.
He's injured, so just... Yeah.
It's a try for all money from there. If that has to be given off that replay, and I think it does, then that is a try. And that is poor from the Catalan side. They have not switched, and it happens when you've been attacking for quite some time. That's a try. And that's a wonderful try from Damien Blanch. It's the second time we've seen him squeeze into the corner. That's natural instinct. Yeah, that's a try. He's kept himself alive. He won the kickoff, and he's converted that into points.
The try is awarded, and Wakefield have hit back immediately and got in front again, and that is a big blow for Catalan. To have done all that work to get level and then to blow it like that.
Well, they felt everything was going their way, so they weren't alive on that kickoff. They weren't sharp. They weren't on the ball. It was a good kickoff from Brough. He does kick the ball. It was a bounce of the ball. It gets a horrid bounce. It breaks right. Again,
he didn't need to do that, did he?
In hindsight, he didn't. He's probably better off letting it go in many ways. But if there's anything positive, it's this kick is right from the most difficult part of the ground. Although it's on his good side, Danny Brough. And it is an important kick. Mentally, it's a very important kick.
Danny Brough from way out wide with this conversion attempt. Oh, just drifts across the face of the posts. And it's 36 plays 32 in favour of the Wakefield Trinity Wildcats.
I wonder what's going through the Catalans' heads. Are they thinking short kick-off? There's 10 minutes to go. They're probably thinking long. They're probably thinking Wakefield have shown that they can come up with errors. Whichever way,
Onside.
this game has been determined by error and response to it.
Well, they have, as we mentioned earlier on, seen some high-scoring games here. The game against Wigan, probably the most bizarre of them. The game against Bradford as well, I think, high-scoring.
And Wakefield might be talking about a game at Hull KR, which was an away game, an emotional game, where they came up with 3 tries, I think, inside the last 4 or 5 minutes to pull out an amazing result. So both sides are capable. A bit of leadership. Kicking games are important.
That was their last win, that June the 21st effort at Hull KR.
4.
You know, for such a crazy game, it's now turned into an absolute thriller. It was dire to start with. We must put our hands up and say it was a very poor game. It was not Super League level, particularly defensively. It was too easy, the tries. Now it's enthralling.
Hold the 10, hold it.
That's the 5th tackle.
Go.
Drew plays the ball. Brough, will he look for a 40-20? It was touched, says the referee. Play on. Murphy does. Picks that ball up. It's a good chase from Wakefield. The line is there to meet the winger.
Well, we've been talking about momentum. It's even at the moment. It's even. Somebody's going to have to come up with a good play. Composure's important. We've seen before Wakefield give silly penalties away in this situation. Can they not do that on this occasion? Can they make the Catalan Dragons really earn this game? If they can, I think Wakefield has shown from the start of their half that there could be advantage there.
Here's Jean-Philippe Bale. His try in this second half.
Move! Ryan, come on!
Helping Catalan fight back. They've got to hit back again now.
5!
Elmer plays the ball. It's the 5th tackle, and it's on the last now. Bosk stabs the kick in, but Damien Blanche read that one well. Gets away from the first, almost away from the second. He is away from the second. Good work from the winger.
1 movement! Wait!
He's beating Mogg there. Mogg was trying to steal the ball rather than make the tackle.
And Peterson gets away as well, and Catalan, just when they needed to close Wakefield down, letting a couple of their players squeeze out of the tackle. Not making that mistake with Paul Riley this time.
Help!
Oh, their eyes are back, Wakefield. They're back enjoying this game now. They need a lovely kick. I think one of those little bounces. One more play, big drive from a forward.
Go.
Here it is. Bybee take it forward. You'd like to see Drew push out now from dummy half and just trinkle one on the line. Don't go high, go to the bouncing ball, turn the big Catalan side around and challenge them. That's too deep.
Oh, and it's Brough.
There it goes.
Hand over.
Just when you wanted the master kick, he comes up with something like that. Not often you see him putting one straight out on the full. Guisset reversing towards the Wakefield defence.
Move!
There's plenty of time left in this game.
Go.
And Wakefield with a bit of defending to do here now.
Go.
Ragan.
3rd, he's held! Go.
Tackled by Wilkes. Mogg. Hasn't been his normal big influence on this side. I think he's been playing with his shoulder injury.
Go.
Bosk fires the pass out for Bale, and Peterson in with a thumping tackle to stop him.
That's a great take from Bale. It's a great ball, it's a great take. Last tackle.
What's the kick like from Bosk this time? It's not good, and Dimitri who takes that, but he takes the tackle from Elmer as well.
Okay, big defensive set from the Catalan, and they'll get another good shot at a good time. They're tired, Wakefield, the forwards. They were turned around there. Their outside backs are going to come in. Atkins goes to dummy half. They're going to come in and try and use some runs, try and conserve some energy so they can defend this 4-point lead.
Six gas struggling to get away. Could have been penalised there.
Well, Blanche has come from the other side of the field.
Ripped out by Mogg.
1-on-1.
One-on-one, says the referee Bentham. Danny Bruff can't quite believe that. He's looking at the referee in absolute incredulity.
It didn't do much with the last set. There's an error.
That ball's come free. That ball has come free.
Gone back.
Gone back, says the referee.
No way.
Well, that's a couple of contentious calls. And here's Vincent Duport, and Duport has lost it, and Grix will get this one back, but Rooney will, and this time the ball bounces in favour of the Wakefield Trinity Wildcats. That was a golden opportunity for Catalan there.
And they lost it through pressure. That was indecision. They knew that they needed to come up with something. They weren't sure what it was. He just left the ball dangling out the back. And that is a bad side from a side that handles pressure well. Some of the young players out there, on this occasion, Duport came up with that error. And the clock is really ticking away now.
Yeah, it's against Catalan now.
Yeah.
Go.
Into the last 5 minutes. And Wakefield, 8 defeats in a row. Never won here in Perpignan against the Dragons.
Go.
And they're just a few minutes away from
Off the feet, play on.
restoring a lot of pride in the camp. They need to be alert, though, in these closing minutes, because this Catalan side can strike from deep. But have they got the energy to do that? Liu Latu.
Second.
Well, I think they're looking for the big play too much, rather than just get up and slow. There's one out run. They need support runners around there, because if he gets his arms free there again, they can do nothing with it. What they're doing is looking for this field position situation. Now they're on their 4th tackle, they're looking for the big play. Let's see what they can do with it. But because they haven't challenged the defence much, they're not coming up with much tonight. That's all it is.
Well, Elima will be held, says the referee, and that's the 5th tackle, and it's now down to the kick from Bosk, and Bosk, was he held back there? Nothing doing.
First. Movement.
And Riley gathers the ball. And that's one more Catalan set of 6 that Wakefield can chalk off.
Back. Go.
They probably, if they're smart, will only get one more chance at them if Wakefield are smart. If they might be looking to kick this ball into touch. Just to get the ball nice and get it from a dead start. Don't have any green shields. Oh, Brad Drew's still attacking. That's a wonderful opportunity on tackle 4. Leo Lartu's a good dummy half runner, jumps in there. He'll go again and try and loosen that middle up. He's just setting his kickers up here. If they can drill the ball into touch, would be a wonderful result for them.
That's the 5th tackle.
Go.
And it's Dimitriou who'll put the kick in, and it is a good one.
Great kick from the captain. Nice play from Bruff. Didn't think he had to do it himself. Didn't overplay it as the Catalans. Was he pulled back there? He did tug at him. McGilvray in the headgear is not guilty. He didn't have to move, and that's not a penalty. It would have been a tough call to say it was. Great play from Dimitriou. As I said, Bruff jumped out from dummy half. Although he's a kicker, didn't overplay it. Let's have a look at this one again. Ricks did pull at him there. You can see where the shouts did come from the crowd. You can see the referee Bentham was looking across the pitch, looking at the chaser, so he didn't see that and couldn't call on it.
Stay there.
Well, Catalan, this will not do any damage to their 3rd place in the table. That's secure. Their playoff place is secure. What will it do, though, Tony, for their preparations for the playoffs? They've got Harlequins to come, final game of the regular season.
Go.
There's the error. Well, it doesn't help them. That's one thing for sure. It doesn't help them. You know, it just creates that little bit of doubt inside of what they're doing. What I'd suggest they probably will do is not look at it. Forget it. They've got 2 weeks off. You don't want to stew on a result like this. The Cup finals next weekend, so they won't be playing, and they'll be having a rest. So they need to just forget about that one, freshen up. Not a good sign. I think everybody thinks they haven't been playing particularly well. We haven't seen them at full strength.
That is the key, I think, that 8 first-choice players absent, and some big players as well.
First, go.
But Wakefield won't worry about that. They didn't want to end the season on a run of defeats.
Stand.
And they're going to turn it round here.
Leave it.
Anglo-French relations not that strong tonight.
See if we can see what happens. It was the ball stolen first.
Elima came.
Mog definitely stole it.
Well, Ollie Ellimer came swinging in as well, and I think one or two Wakefield players took exception to that.
Oi, you need to drop
He's a
behind the line.
former Wakefield player, of course, so he's probably a little bit fired up there tonight. And in back play, they're thumbs up to each other, nodding and winking, so they've handled it. It's just the pressure of the moment with a minute to go. As Oliver Ellimer gets called out by Phil Bentham.
It's a little bit too much, mate. No, what you can't do, you can't come straight at him like that. Okay, we're going to stand with the first penalty.
So the penalty will go to Wakefield, and Danny Brough, I think, will just make certain, use a bit more time up, get a couple of points, and get the job done. And it's a job well done for Wakefield. Been through a miserable run of form. Good way to bounce back. Difficult place to win. And if you're going to end a losing streak, this is a good place to end it.
Yeah, very good sign for them. And they've had to do some work and handle some tough times. Lucky they came out of the blocks the way they did. The 12 points inside of the opening 10 minutes was vital. It showed that they were ready. And it was probably a good game plan. They attacked down the Wakefield right, the Catalan left, come up with some points. There's 15 seconds on the clock. Brough looks at the clock. Cheeky, isn't he?
He is an artful dodger, isn't he? And just taking his time with his conversion. If he calculates it right, it'll just hit the deck in time for the hooter to sound, and there'll be no more huffing and puffing. And the Wakefield Trinity Wildcats supporters in Perpignan will be celebrating a long overdue victory. And Catalan bitterly disappointed